Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Liberty Arena here in beautiful Lynchburg, Virginia, the site for tonight's big ASUN women's basketball pairing between the Jacksonville State Gamecocks and the Liberty Flames. I'm Logan Maddox. I'll be on the call for this one here at the newer Liberty Arena, one of the newer stadiums here in the conference, hosting one of the best teams in the league this season in the Flames. Jacksonville State, a very promising week last week, picked up two big wins in league play, trying to keep it going on the road against a very tall and sharp-shooting Flame squad. Talking about last week for JSU, went 2-0 in conference play into that four-game losing skid with a 43-41 win at home on Thursday against Central Arkansas. It was a game-winning shot by Kennedy Gavin, a jumper with 4.9 seconds left, that helped JSU to that slim victory over the Sugar Bears, and then they rode that wave of momentum, picked up a win in their next game on Saturday against North Alabama, downing the red-hot Lions 60-50. But what can they do now that they're on the road? The road has not been too friendly for Jacksonville State this year, just 2-6 in true road games and 2-0 in neutral games, but not having much success away from home this season, where they are 7-3. We'll see if they can improve that mark as well as their mark in conference play. The Gamecocks 11-9 on the year, 4-5 in ASUN matchups. Liberty comes in 13-7 overall. They are 7-2 in ASUN meetings. Liberty had a very tough non-conference schedule, played several Big Ten, other Power 5 teams like Minnesota, picked up wins in one of those games, but this is a team that has been tested so far in non-conference play, and you always do that so the team is ready for ASUN play. That's exactly what happened for Liberty. They went on the road to Florida Gulf Coast, to the defending conference champions, suffered a tough loss in their first conference game, but since then they are 7-1, including a revenge win at home not that long ago against Florida Gulf Coast. They defeated the Eagles 88-78 at home back on January 21st in overtime, and they come into this one winners of 5 in a row, beating Jacksonville, Stetson, FGCU, Austin Peay, and Lipscomb. They made the trip through Tennessee last week. They beat Austin Peay on Thursday by 5, then won in Nashville against the Bisons by 9 on Saturday evening. Gonna listen in, or actually step aside here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Be back in just a moment. are back here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem here at Liberty Arena. Just about set for a big-time showdown here in the A-Sun Conference, Jacksonville State at Liberty. JSU right around the middle of the pack in the conference standings as we enter this matchup, coming in 7th in the league with a 4-5 mark, sitting behind the likes of Florida Gulf Coast, Austin Peay, Lipscomb, Eastern Kentucky, Kennesaw State, and the Liberty Flames, who enter in a tie for second place. They've got a chance to host some games once it comes A-Sun tournament time. Of course, it'll be campus sites this season. Actually, if the season were to end today, JSU would make the trip to Liberty. They'd play a play-in game against Stetson, and then they would take on Liberty, more than likely, if they were to win that game. So we'll see how the rest of the season shakes out. We're only about halfway through the conference slate. JSU 4-5, still plenty of time to improve their mark in the league matchups, but got to win games like this if you want to rise up the rankings. See if they can do that and shock a tall Liberty team. Mentioned earlier that they are a sharpshooting squad, and you have to look no further than their sophomore guard, Emma Hess, the reigning A-Sun Player of the Week. Averaged 21 points per game and hit 11 triples last week in their wins in the Volunteer State. Had 28 points and hit 7 3-pointers at Lipscomb in Nashville on Saturday. The Gamecocks will try to slow her down because this is a JSU defense that has had success slowing down the three-point shooters of other teams. Gamecocks, with one of the top 15 three-point defenses in the nation, entered the week 13th in that mark, or in that statistic, I should say, ranking there with a mark of right around 25%. So opponents only hitting about a fourth of their three-pointers, but in games that, maybe JSU should have won this year, it's been lacking. You look at the Davidson game, they shot the lights out. You look at the Georgia and Ole Miss games, they shot the lights out. ETSU did the same. The Gamecocks are going to have to slow down Emma Hess and this three-point shooting team in Liberty if they want to have a chance tonight. And also one of the best all-around players in the league, 6'3" Maya Berkman, the redshirt senior center, leads the team with 14.1 points, 7.7 rebounds per game, taller than anybody on Jacksonville State's roster. And we can say that for a few members of this team. They are a tall squad. They've got her, Berkman, she stands 6'3". They've got a redshirt freshman in Emily Howard that's 6'5". And oh yeah, they got a redshirt sophomore in Bella Smuda, who is 6'6". Bella Smuda, from Exton, Pennsylvania. This is a squad that knows how to crash the boards. They've got the height, they've got the abilities. JSU out-rebounded last week between those two games, which was surprising to say the least. After doing so well crashing the boards, we'll see if they can improve on that tonight as the Gamecocks make their way out onto the floor first. Looks like JSU will be wearing the red jerseys. We'll have more on that in just a minute. This is a Gamecock team pretty much at full strength, not with Eden Sample, but we've not had her all season. The Old Dominion transfer battling an ACL injury, and we will not see her throughout the rest of the season, but everybody else is back. It's great to see Nakia Thompson back with the team last week, and she had some great outings. We talked with Coach Petrie, and he said that he's not going to say that we would have won the games in that 4-game losing streak had Nakia been available, but the games would have looked much different with JSU, especially in that Kennesaw State home and home the week prior to last week, having Amari Martin, their third point guard at the 1, and then bringing in Mango Mutanda, who has shined in the last couple of weeks, but still being back to full strength. Great to see for the Gamecocks as the lights go out here at Liberty Arena, just about set for the hype video. Looking at some storylines for this game, just the third meeting all time between the Gamecocks and the Flames. Series tied 1-1. This is a big revenge game for Liberty. If you'll remember, JSU made the trip to Lynchburg last season, fell by 5 in the regular season, and then the Gamecocks, of course, won the West Division. Liberty had to go to Jacksonville State to play in the A-Sun semifinals. The Gamecocks won a classic 59-57. It was Kiana Johnson with a buzzer-beating layup to send JSU to Fort Myers for the A-Sun championship. That one has surely left a bad taste in Liberty's mouth. They've been looking forward to this one all year, so the Gamecocks are going to have to come out with their biggest punch of the season if they want to take out the heavyweight in the Flames. Both of these teams, by the way, will be seeing each other moving forward beyond this season. Both teams making the transition to Conference USA next season. Liberty and Jack State. Kennesaw State will join us the year after. Talking about last season's series between the Flames and the Gamecocks, Amari Martin and Kennedy Gavin, who will surely be getting plenty of playing time tonight. Gavin definitely will be a starter. Amari did not start last week, but she did come off the bench and contribute heavily. Both of them had great performances against Liberty last year. The game up here in Lynchburg, it was Amari Martin who made 11 free throws, a personal best for her, had 16 points in that game at Liberty. Kiana Johnson got all the press in that ASUN semifinal matchup, but Kennedy Gavin led the team with 17 points in that 59-57 win. Continuing to talk about Kennedy Gavin, she continued her hot streak last week. She had those 10 points on Thursday, including the game-winning jumper with 4.9 seconds left against Central Arkansas. And then she had a 19-point, 10-rebound double-double in Saturday's win over North Alabama. The Petal, Mississippi native now has scored in double figures in 8 of the last 9 games. She's averaging 17.3 points per game since January 2nd, since conference play started. We'll hope that Kennedy can stay hot in this one. The two leaders, longtime head coaches, meeting at half court just in front of press row. That's Rick Petrie for JSU and Kerry Green of Liberty. Petrie in his 10th season with the Gamecocks. Kerry Green in year number 24 coaching Liberty. Winners of 536 here in Lynchburg are Green and the Flames. Petrie with 154 wins in 10 years with Jacksonville State. First game of 2 along the East Coast this weekend for JSU. Will make the trip to Charlotte to play Queens on Saturday afternoon. But first, this big one, Jacksonville State at Liberty for just the 3rd time ever, the 3rd time in the last year and few days, we'll say. It's been a back-and-forth series, either side with a slim win. Can the Gamecocks get it done, get their first ever win in the Commonwealth of Virginia against LU tonight? We'll have to wait and see. Decent crowd on hand here at Liberty Arena, and again, just a mecca for basketball. And they also host their volleyball games here, just gorgeous. And they've got their old arena, Vines, I believe Vines Center is what it is. It's actually connected to Liberty Arena. You can access it by going down the tunnel that we entered through. And it's a 10,000-seat arena that they host worship with. So at least they're able to still use it. About to have the starters announced. First for the Gamecocks, it's good to see Mango Mutanda back out there in the starting lineup. The redshirt junior from Minneapolis has come on strong since the Kennesaw State series. Kyra Williams will follow, the 5th-year guard from Jacksonville. And next up, it's Kiera Griffin, looking for her to maybe have a big game tonight if JSU is to win. The junior from Birmingham. After that, it's Shantae Shaw, a 5th-year guard from Nashville, Tennessee. The transfer from Troy. And the final starter out there, the 6-foot graduate forward, Kennedy Gavin. Gavin, a transfer from Southern Miss, a native of Petal, Mississippi. Gamecocks coached by 10th-year head coach Rick Petrie, helped out by 10th-year assistant Eric Wise, 10th-year assistant Altherius Wormley, 2nd-year assistant Raven Wright, and graduate assistant Harley Cook. Also helped out by student assistants Preston Odom, Ethan Whitcomb, and Jackson Millender. Lights out, the hype video playing now for Liberty. I think the first one was just a countdown clock. Now this one going. The likely starters for the Flames in this one, Kennedy Williams, Dee Brown, Maya Berkman, Jordan Bailey, and Emma Hess. Several ASUN players of the week in those starting 5. We'll talk more about them as their 5 starters make their way to the floor after this video concludes. Gamecocks in their huddle. Coach Petrie right smack dab in the middle, talking it over with the Gamecocks, who indeed are wearing red for this one. It's the red jersey with Jacksonville State on the front. White letters and numbers, black trim around those letters and numbers. And as you can hear, we've got the Liberty Band in attendance tonight. Looking forward to seeing them in action. Did not get to see them for volleyball in the fall. And the Peach State product, Kennedy Williams, comes out, the redshirt junior from Douglasville, Georgia. Short ride down I-20 from Jacksonville State. Next up, number 12, Dee Brown, the redshirt senior guard from Chicago, transfer from Miami-Dade College. She's followed by number 20, Maya Berkman, the aforementioned 6'3" center from Marble Falls, Texas. And Jordan Bailey makes her way out, a high school superstar from Madison County High School in the Peach State hometown of Colbert, Georgia. And then the final flame out there in the starting lineup is the reigning ASUN Player of the Week, Emma Hess, the sophomore guard from Beaver Creek, Ohio, stands 5'11". Coached by head coach Kerry Green, helped out by associate head coach Alexis Shepard and assistants Andy Bloodworth and Katie Matera. The lights are on. We're just about set to get going here in Lynchburg, Virginia. JSU and Liberty coming your way here on the Gamecocks Sports Network. Fans enticed to come out tonight. The first 125 in attendance got a jersey rally towel. It's jersey night here at Liberty Arena, and see quite a few jerseys among the students in attendance as well as the band. And I'm going to be fully transparent. When we're leaving, if I see one of those towels in the stands, we may just go home with a souvenir, y'all. We'll see Liberty out there on the court first. They're wearing their home white unis. It's got Liberty on the front in red letters and baby blue trim around those letters and numbers. Jumping at the line will be Berkman. She'll go up against Kiera Griffin for Jacksonville State. Two solid teams, only one can come away with a win. Two win streaks hanging in the balance. Can Jacksonville State get it done here along the East Coast tonight? The official walks up to half court, standing right at the Liberty Flame logo. Throws the ball in the air, and the opening tip is won by the Flames. It falls in the backcourt to Jordan Bailey. We are underway. Bailey darts to the right side. She'll hand it off to Dee Brown, coming back to the left. And now on the left wing, a give to Kennedy Williams. Williams to Berkman, a handoff right back to Williams. She's guarded tightly by Shantae Shaw. 15 on the shot clock. Shaw goes to the left side, back to Bailey. She's won an ASUN Player of the Week this year. The Old Dominion transfer. They go down low, and they throw it right to Shantae Shaw. JSU pressing down on the accelerator. She'll slow it down a bit just past half court. Shaw to the left side, swings one to Kiera Griffin, drives down the right side, not the right look on that shot. A little bit of contact, but not enough to warrant a foul, rebounded by Liberty. They bring it down the floor. It's Kennedy Williams in the corner. She'll give to Dee Brown. Boomerangs it back on the wing to Williams. She'll try to get around Shantae, spins around, shot rolls off the rim, and Shaw with the rebound. Shaw down the right side this time. Had a lane, she'll try. Spins in the paint, gets around the defender, knocked it away, and a foul called. That will be issued against Kennedy Williams. First foul of this game coming a minute and 3 seconds into it, no score. JSU going to throw it in just to the right of the goal with Shantae Shaw. Gives it to a cutting Kennedy Gavin, guarded by Berkman, spin around, floater good. Kennedy Gavin with a shot to make it 2-0 Jacksonville State. Gamecocks had hot starts in their games last week. That's what was really plaguing them in that 4-game losing streak. A slow start. They'd battle back, but just could not finish with a 40-minute game. They had that twice last week. Jordan Bailey in the corner. She'll pass it. This is Kennedy Williams. Driving the baseline against Shantae Shaw. Kicks it way outside to Dee Brown. Brown will drive against Kyra Williams. Lost her footing. It's a wide open layup for Brown, and we're tied at 2. Williams kind of got crossed up that time and could not stay on her feet, fell to the floor, and it's an easy 2 points for the Flames. Griffin passes to Kennedy Gavin, gets around Berkman, throws a shot off the bottom of the rim, gets her own rebound, and then she's bumped into. That'll be another quick foul, this one against Dee Brown. Brown, the 5'9" redshirt senior, Chicago. Once again, JSU will throw it in underneath the basket with Shantae Shaw. Fakes a pass, now she'll give it to Gavin. A handoff in the corner. Shantae three-pointer off the rim. Hit off the inside of the iron and rebounded by Berkman. They give it on the right side. Williams takes it past the ESPN broadcast table on the far side of the floor. To the right side, Emma Hess at 28 points on Saturday, her last game against Lipscomb. Gives to Dee Brown. She'll drive it between two defenders. Her shot banked in. And Dee Brown makes up for that foul. She's got 4 points, and it's a 4-2 lead for Liberty. Once again, I want to say a big thank you to everybody joining us on this Thursday evening, live from Lynchburg, Virginia. And she might have shot that one from Birmingham. Kiera Griffin from deep to give Jack State the lead right back. It's 5-4. 7:13 and ticking here in the first period. That one from deep, but no problem for Griffin. On the left side, now cutting back to the right is Williams. She almost travels, keeps her foot steady that time. Gives down low. This is Berkman. Back outside to Williams. Back to Berkman immediately. Gavin there throws a shot off the backboard and it goes in. I think they were trying to double team Berkman that time, but Shaw was just a little slow reacting as she shot back outside on the pass to Williams. And it's 6-5 Liberty, 6:39 to go in the first period. This is Kyra Williams spinning in the paint. She'll spin again, jumper off the front of the iron and rebounded by the Flames. Back over to Liberty. Flames with it on the right side, and a floater banks in from Kennedy Williams. Flames shooting the lights out so far, 8-5 start. Gamecocks would like to respond here, have one three-pointer already. We'll see what Shantae Shaw can do. Spinning down low, throws one way too hard off the paint, or off the backboard, excuse me. Rebounded by Liberty. Flames back with it, this is Kennedy Williams. Graduate of Greater Atlanta Christian, native of Douglasville, Georgia. On the right side to D. Brown. She's got 4 so far. Emma Hess with it. Back to the left side to Williams. Shaw covering. Jordan Bailey's had a quiet start so far. Down low to Maya Berkman and stolen. Tipped by Gavin. And Kyra Williams comes away with it. Kyra in transition. Passes to Mutanda. Mango in the corner. Top of the key to Williams. Williams trying to get around Bailey. Lost the dribble. Saved it from going out of bounds. Gamecocks still with it. Kiara Griffin wide open layup. Maya Berkman missed her assignment that time, and it's 8-7. Nobody within a full yard or two of Kiara Griffin that time. Still a 1-point lead for the home team midway through this first period. Williams down low to Berkman, throws it out of bounds, and that'll take us to immediate timeout. JSU tip for tat so far with Liberty. They trail 8-7. Take a timeout and come back with more in just a moment on the Gamecocks Sports Network. We welcome you back to the Gamecocks Sports Network. Logan Maddox with you here in lovely Lynchburg, Virginia. Amazing stadium here at Liberty Arena. Gamecocks trailing the Flames 8-7 here at the first quarter media timeout. 4:57 to go in the period. Got a little game being played on the floor, a children's dunk contest on about a 2-foot goal. Let's see, we're going to let the crowd decide who wins it. During this timeout, we'll take a look at games going on in the A-Sun Conference tonight. 1 game has already gone final. Check that. 3 games have gone final. Before the start of this game, it was just 1, but since 2 have finished up. The blowout earlier today in Jacksonville was Florida Gulf Coast all over the Dolphins, 77-31. JU was just 1 game behind JSU, so if the Gamecocks come out on top tonight, they'll have a bit more cushion between them and the other Jacksonville in the A-Sun Conference. Another game that went final up in Richmond, Kentucky, just before the Jack State men's game at EKU was Lipscomb at EKU on the women's side, and the Bisons bounced back a 74-65 win over the Colonels. Austin Peay stayed hot, a 20-point win in Louisville. They downed Bellarmine 72-52, and then a whole host of games just tipped off. Us in Liberty, Kennesaw State at Queens, and Stetson at North Florida. We'll check those scores throughout the night and see how those games go. And then about to tip off, about 20 minutes or so from tip off, Jack State and EKU on the men's side. We'll have score updates for that one as well. But in this one, it's Liberty 8, Jacksonville State 7. First quarter media timeout. The Flames starting 4 of 5 from the field. 4 points for D. Brown. JSU has 5 points from Kiera Griffin, and looking to reclaim the lead here as Griffin throws it into Shantae Shaw. Already the Gamecocks have forced 3 turnovers by Liberty's offense. Would like to cause some more havoc and make a shot right here. Griffin takes it to the elbow, jumper, got it. That's Gavin, Kennedy Gavin with her first points, or her second basket of the night, I should say, 9-8. JSU back out in front. Gavin with 4 points now. Liberty with it, driving down low, and an easy shot for Kennedy Williams. Went right up against Shantae Shaw, and she was off balance the whole way down. And Nakia Thompson will be brought in at the next timeout, likely for Shaw. Kiera Griffin gets a handoff beyond the arc. She'll drive the right side, blocked by Bailey, out of bounds off Liberty. Or was it? Yes, off Liberty. JSU will throw it in. That's Nakia Thompson, the senior from Atlanta. Playing in her 100th game as a Gamecock tonight, team leading. And a great accomplishment for a multi-year contributor. Kennedy Gavin, another jumper. That one off the back of the rim. Goes up, goes in. Gavin with a game-high 6 now. And Jack State out in front, 11-10. 6 minutes into this game. Liberty back with it. They've brought in some tall players off the bench. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. Here's Jordan Bailey on the right side. Swings one on the left wing to D. Brown. Kyra Williams outstretching her arms in coverage. Emma Hess, top of the key, asks for a screen. She'll get it from Bella Smuda, the 6'6 sophomore, down low and stolen. Intercepted by Nakia Thompson. Gives ahead to Kyra Williams in transition 3. Kiera Griffin, too much on it. Rebounded by Kyra Williams, though. Tips it to Mutanda. Back to Kyra. Now to the left side, this is Thompson again. Bounces one to Gavin. Top of the key. Fakes it. Jumper. It is off to the left. Liberty with a board. Already you're seeing their height play a big difference in rebounding. 5th rebound so far in this one. Looks like Amari Martin about to check in for Jack State. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. 1 point lead for the Gamecocks here on the road. Jordan Bailey, she's stuck at the arc. She'll pass it off to Kennedy Williams to the right side. Williams gives to Hess, looping around, jumper, free throw line, off to the right. Tipped, put back, not gonna go. Rebounded again by Liberty, lost by Smuda. Picked up down low by Bailey, kept the dribble, layup won't go, and this time finally Kennedy Gavin with the board. 3 scoring opportunities, couldn't get it. Kennedy Gavin takes it herself and a block. She had just a bit of room between 2 defenders, tries the layup and is bumped into, and she'll head to the free throw line. Second foul on D. Brown, and she's probably done for this first period. She'll check out. Coming in, Alice Markova, the 6'2" Latvian. Also looks like Pien Steinbergen from the Netherlands, 6'1", checks in. They are just ridiculously tall. And then they bring in the 5'6" redshirt junior Audrey Clark. Only sub for JSU this time is Amari Martin. She comes in for Kyra Williams. Liberty fans making noise. Does not faze Kiera Griffin on the first one. Free throw good. It's 12-10. Griffin, the junior from Birmingham. Played her high school ball at Ramsey High, and she got both of them. A 3-point advantage for the red and white. Jack State on top, 13-10. Back to the Flames. This time the show being run by Jordan Hodges, sophomore guard. Came in to relieve Kennedy Williams, it appears. She'll go to the left. Hands it off. This is 15, Audrey Clark with it. Goes to the right side. Passes to Steenbergen. In the corner, they wipe off the shot and a charge. Would have been a good three. A teammate was wide open in the corner, but Steinbergen with a definite charge going up against Nakaya Thompson. Another one drawn by Nakaya. So talented defensively with her ability to get those offensive fouls, and Jack State takes back over, trying to take a two-possession lead for the first time. Nakaya Thompson to the left. She'll hop, pass it top of the key. Kiera Griffin. Griffin gives it off to Amari. A three-pointer, way too much on it, but it works as a pass to Mutanda, and she's fouled on the putback. That shot was not very close. It went off the glass, but took the right angle to Mango. And as Amari walks over to her, she says, man, that was a good pass, wasn't it? Mango says, oh, the best. So 2 free throws for the redshirt junior from Minneapolis. Transfer from Northwest Florida State College. The first free throw is no good, too much on it. Mutanda has been so impressive this season, especially in the last couple weeks. That series against Kennesaw State, she shined. And she hits the second free throw. She's on the board. Jack State's lead is 4 now. First player not named Kiera Griffin or Kennedy Gavin to tally a point in this one. And speaking of the Devil, Griffin checks out. Madison McCoy will come in for the final minute 40 of the first period. Liberty back with it. A pass to the left side to Clark. Gets around Martin. She'll make a beeline to the baseline. Pass outside. Now back to the right. This is Hodges. Hodges down, gets around 2 defenders, passes, and a nice shot. That was Bella Smuda, the 6'6" center. Worked around Kennedy Gavin. Didn't have the best looking shot, but made it work, and it's 14-12. Nakaya Thompson beats her defender too much on the layup, though, and it falls to the Flames. Last time Jordan Hodges comes away with it. Petrie pleading his case to the official, but to no avail. Minute to go in the period. Hodges on the near side. Thompson guarding. Back to the right is Hodges. She'll pass it off. And they throw it right to Madison McCoy that time. Intercepted by 15 over to Nakaya Thompson. Outside to Kennedy Gavin. She'll try a jumper at the free throw line. That's off to the right. Missing everything, it seems, here as of late. Gamecocks have missed 5 shots in a row, and Liberty will get it back with 33 seconds to go. About a 10-second difference between the shot and game clocks. Flames holding on to it. Audrey Clark hands it off to Jordan Hodges. Back to Clark, back to Hodges. To the left, she'll drive. Passes, and it's tipped and stolen by Gavin. Kennedy with it. We'll slow it down with 15 seconds to go. Offense started to press down on the gas, and then Petrie and Wise, you could hear them yelling in to slow it down. Thompson with 5 seconds to go. Passes to Mutanda. To the elbow, jumper, off the rim, rebounded by Liberty, and they'll run out the clock. That'll do it. The entertaining first period comes to a close. Jack State makes a big three-pointer, and that's pretty much the difference right now. 14-12 your score through 1 here on the Gamecock Sports Network. We'll be back for more in just a moment. We welcome you back to Liberty Arena here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Jack State on top, 14-12 through one period of play, just about set to start the second. Gamecocks will have it. Driving to the right side as Mango Mutanda tries a layup, and immediately it's pulled out of the air by Maya Berkman. Not the best shot selection to start the second period, and Liberty with a chance to tie it up or take the lead here. On the right, Berkman holds it. The 6'3 center hands it off, pass back to her. In the paint, working against Brianna Rhodes. Layup is good, count the basket, and a foul. Brianna Rhodes made contact to her hip as she put up that shot, and a chance for a three-point play for Maya Berkman. Berkman, a native of Marble Falls, Texas, looking to put Liberty back on top. And for the first time in about 5 minutes of game action, Liberty leads 15-14. Thompson with it. She'll dance to the right wing. Gives to McCoy all the way around the horn. They go left side. This is Amari Martin. She'll drive. Amari's layup blocked and rebounded. Maybe partially tipped, but either way pulled down by Steenbergen. And the 6'1" freshman, she'll hand it off to Kennedy Williams. Flames back with the ball to Berkman. Dancing around the lane that time was Hodges, rather Williams. Set up shop on the wing, 7 on the shot clock, gives to Berkman, working against Rhodes, back outside. This is Clark in the corner, wide open three, but first another charge. Audrey Clark runs into Nakia Thompson. She's got 2 drawn charges in 2 periods. Really just about 11 minutes. With 8:49 to go in the first half, Gamecocks get it back down by 1. Nakia Thompson down the left side. She'll give to Madison McCoy, top of the key. A handoff to Thompson, three-pointer. That one won't go. Rebounded by the Flames. About 4 different players had a hand on that one before they got it. Steenbergen, the guard, takes it past the timeline. She'll give it to Williams. To the right side, the Douglasville, Georgia native. Goes against Thompson, who's also from that metro Atlanta area. To Berkman. Thompson trying to force a jump ball, and she will. No, they're going to call a foul on Nakia Thompson. Nakia does not think much of that call. They'll call a hold. Nakia was tangled up with Berkman at the end of the play. Berkman fell to the floor and shoved her. But that was not called. Instead, a foul before that on the Gamecocks. Liberty will throw it in to a cutting teammate. Back outside Williams. Long 2, Money. Kennedy Williams hits it. It's up to a 3-point lead for Liberty, 17-14. Flames now on a 5-0 scoring run. Thompson flares one in the corner to Amari Martin. She grabs it. She'll take it back to the point. Gets around one defender, but immediately help is there. Back to the corner to Thompson, and a travel. Nakia called for that walk, and it's back to Liberty with 7:45 to go here in the first half. Brianna Rhodes checks out. Mango Mutanda back in for Jack State. Kennedy Williams will walk it up the court this time, past the Liberty logo at midcourt. Left side, this is Steenbergen around Martin. Amari trying to stay with her. Slows her down. They'll pass outside to Hess, now back to the freshman. Steenbergen. Amari holding out her arms in front of the much taller guard. To the right side, this is Kennedy Williams, drives against Thompson. Might have gotten away with a charge there. Pass is tipped. It'll be out of bounds. It'll be Liberty basketball, knocked out by Kennedy Gavin. Just 1 second on the shot clock here. Liberty will have time to throw it in, put up a shot. It'll be Kennedy Williams, the sophomore, redshirt junior, to toss it in. Throws it down low, wide open layup for Berkman. The one thing you didn't need. She made a straight shot to the basket, and immediately Shantae Shaw will come in. 19-14 Liberty. Nakia Thompson passes downstairs to Amari Martin. She has it at the edge of the paint, loses it off her foot, picked up by Gavin at the elbow. Kennedy drives inside, and a charge. Made the shot, but it's wiped off. With 6:51 to play here in the second period. Liberty back with it, up by 5. Flames now on a 7-0 scoring run. Flames got it. It's Emma Hess to the right side. Gives it off to Steenbergen. Kiara Griffin about to check in. New faces in there for the Gamecocks are Williams and Shaw. 3 for Hess, off to the left, rebounded by Shaw at the baseline. The Gamecocks will try to run with some speed this time. It's Shantae, she's so good at that. Gives to Gavin at the free throw line. Kennedy will retreat, step back jumper, off the rim. And picked up by Emma Hess. 6:14 to play here in the first half. Gamecocks down by 5. Largest deficit of this game for either team. JSU's biggest lead was 4. Teammate fell to the floor and stoppage of play as Kennedy Williams was knocked down. Bit of discussion here. I'm not sure if Kennedy Williams got an elbow to the face or what inadvertently, but she is still sitting on the floor. So an injury timeout. Hope that she's going to be all right. With this timeout, we'll take a look at some other games in the conference going on and the scores, if we have score updates from those. Stetson made the short trip up I-95 to take on North Florida, and it's a 25-13 lead for the Hatters through one period of play. Ospreys down by 12. The Gamecocks will see them in a couple weeks for their final full weekend road trip as they play the Dolphins and the Ospreys. Another game over in Charlotte, North Carolina. The team we'll see on Saturday, the Queens Royals, hosting Kennesaw State. And it's a pretty close one early in the second period. Kennesaw State leads 27-21, but this is a Queens team that is stingy. Now, they will not go away easily. Kennesaw State being outshot from 3. If that continues, it could get interesting in North Carolina. But, of course, we'll keep an eye on those scores throughout the night. We'll see how those games play out. Still waiting for tip-off of the men's game in Richmond, Kentucky, Jack State and Eastern Kentucky. That game should tip off at any minute now. And once again, we'll let you know how the score of that one goes. In this one, JSU trails 19-14. 6:01 to play in the first half. We'll take a timeout with this media timeout. Come back with more action in just a moment on the Gamecocks Sports Network. And we're back here on the Gamecocks Sports Network. Out of that injury timeout, Kennedy Williams made her way to the sideline under her own power. That's good to see. Hope that she'll be able to come back in this one. Hope she's all right. An immediate turnover by Liberty's offense. We'll see, is that JSU ball or not? They threw it out of bounds, and indeed it is off the Flames. The Gamecocks tipped it off of Liberty. Jack State will have it. On the replay, it looked like Mango Mutanda inadvertently hit Kennedy Williams as she came across, but the officials didn't see it, so no foul on Mango. Obviously wasn't intended. She just threw her hand out and hit her. Speaking of Mango, she'll take it inside. That layup will end the scoreless drought, and it's 19-16, back to a one-possession ball game. 5:26 and ticking here in the first half. Ends a pretty big scoring run for Liberty of 7 points, and then a foul defensively as Kyra Williams was step for step with Peen Steenbergen. First foul on Shaw, fourth team foul of the second period on Jack State. Liberty will give it in to Jordan Bailey, who is driving toward the basket. She'll give back outside to Emma Hess. Screen set, Hess with no separation. Back outside, three from Bailey. Rockets that one off the backboard and picked up by Mutanda. Gives to Shantae Shaw. She'll throw it down and we're good to go. Racing down the floor, Shantae Shaw, layup is good. And the Gamecocks trail by just one as Shantae Shaw hits her first shot of the night. 19-18, pretty much coast to coast that time for Shantae. Liberty back with it. This is Hodges who came in for Williams. Gives it off to Steenbergen. A screen from Bailey gets around Williams. Jumper from the elbow, won't go. Rebounded by Shaw once again. Trying to do it one more time. Shaw takes it herself, gives in corner. Three-pointer Mutanda, boom! And Jack State takes the lead right back, 21-19. A 7-0 scoring run in the blink of an eye for Jacksonville State. Just how you draw it up out of that injury timeout. Jordan Bailey back with it for Liberty. Has it at the baseline. She'll toss it outside to Steenbergen, left open for just a moment. Not enough time to try a shot. Flames back with it, a pass back to Hess, drives inside, layup good, we're tied. 21 all. Ends that 7-0 scoring run in just over a minute for Jacksonville State. Now Petrie walks out toward the floor and changes up the play call for his team. Shaw, left side to Kiera Griffin, she'll drive three. That's off the rim, rebounded by nobody. Out of bounds off who? Off of Jack State. Kyra Williams was tied up with a defender. Both kind of tipped it. Lost it out of bounds, and that's off of Kyra, they'll say. 3:31 to go here in the second period of play. Jacksonville State tied up with the Flames. Liberty back with it. They pass in the corner to Jordan Bailey, the Colbert, Georgia native. Drives it to the top of the arc. Takes it inside, spin around shot. Not enough on it. Rebounded by Kennedy Gavin. Haven't seen much rebounding so far for KG, but good to see her get aboard that time. Looking to get back on top in this ball game with a score. Shantae Shaw, top of the key to Kent. Driving against Berkman, layup. No good. A lot of contact, nothing called. She gets her own rebound. Outside to Kiera. She'll fake a three, gives a no-look pass to Kennedy. Mid-range jumper, and Gavin buries it. 23-21. JSU leads 23-21. 2:35 to go in the half. Liberty with it. Berkman fakes a handoff. She'll take it a little bit closer to the hoop. Floater good. We're tied again. Berkman a full head above Kennedy Gavin with that 6'3" frame. And one of the most accurate shooters, actually the most accurate shooter as we start play in the country tonight. 70.6% of her shots go in, the best of anybody in the NCAA. Gavin hands it off Mutanda. Long ball, too long. Rebound lost out of bounds by Griffin. Flame basketball. 2 minutes, 6 seconds to play in the first half. Jack State knotted up with Liberty at 23 all. Take a look at the men's game, and they trail big early. 9-2 lead for Eastern Kentucky, 15:32 to go in the first half. Keep an eye on that score. If you want to hear that game, tune in to WLJS 91.9 FM. Mike Paris has the call for that one. Liberty passing back outside. This is Hodges around multiple defenders. The floater banks in. That's unacceptable. Cannot have her go right through the heart of the defense like that, and it's 25-23. 96 seconds to go in the half. Shantae Shaw looking for a response. The fifth-year guard gets around a screen. Layup no good, but she's fouled. She'll have a chance to tie it up at the line. That's a place where Shantae has been consistent this season. In her career, a 67% free throw shooter this year, shooting 79% at the line. By far her most productive season, both as a Gamecock and in her career, and she adds another point to tie it up, to make it closer, 25-24, trying to add another to tie it up here. Well, I was ahead of myself, but I wasn't wrong. She gets both right. It's 25 all. Flames have it. Kennedy Williams still not in the game. That's Hodges who takes it up the floor. In the corner to Bailey, and a foul away from the play on Kennedy Gavin. Jockeying for position against maybe Jordan Bailey that time, either her or Berkman. That'll be the fifth team foul on Jack State. So a pair of free throws coming up for Maya Berkman. First free throw from the redshirt senior is good. Berkman has had a productive first half, you could say. 9 points now, game high. 4 of 4 from the field and 2 of 2 from the line. That's a pretty good start for the 6'3" post player. 27-25, Liberty back out in front. Minute 14 to go in the half. Shantae Shaw with it to the left side. Speeds around the defender, layup, and we're tied. Shaw is so deadly with her speed. When she kicks it into fifth gear, you're not going to slow her down. You're not going to catch up to her. 27-27. Bailey hands it off to Steenbergen on the right wing. Bergen passes it off to Bailey. Now to Hodges, the Richmond, Virginia native. She has it at the point. Cuts to the right, passes outside Hess, a deep three off the iron, rebounded by nobody, slapped out by Shantae Shaw. It's going to be rebounded by Berkman, but Shaw said, we'll just make you throw it in. 20 on the shot clock, 39 to go here in the first half. They'll throw it into Steenbergen, the freshman. And a foul, offensive foul, a moving screen on Jordan Bailey. Back to Jack State with 37.2 to go. Just the third team foul on Liberty. Shaw's got it just past the timeline. 7-second difference between the shot and game clocks. Shaw will bleed some of this clock before we start the play. And they'll start it with 10 on the clock. Shaw will get around the first defender, giving the corner to Nakaya. Fakes a three. She'll take it now. Just off the rim, rebounded by Liberty. They've got 10 seconds. They threw it right to Thompson. Handoff, Shaw, layup, good. We are in the lead, 29-27. Got to stop Liberty, though. Hodges, half-court three off the rim, and Jack State takes a lead into halftime. Led by 2 at the end of 1. They lead by 2 at the end of 2 here in Lynchburg. With 10 seconds left, a humongous steal by Nakaya Thompson feeds Shantae Shaw. Makes the layup, and the Gamecocks lead is 2 here at the break. My goodness, what a fun first half. What a fun ending to it. We'll take a timeout and come back with some halftime stats and analysis here in just a moment. You're listening to Gamecocks women's basketball here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Your score at the half, Jacksonville State 29, Liberty 27. We're back here on the Gamecocks Sports Network. It's halftime in Lynchburg. Jacksonville State clinging to a slim 29-27 lead here at the break. JSU outshot in the first half 57% to 36%, but still with a lead thanks to a defense applying a lot of pressure to that Flame offense. Taking a look at some stats, we'll start out with the Gamecocks. Leading scorer in that first half, tied at 8 points, Kennedy Gavin and Shantae Shaw. Gavin hit 4 field goals. Shaw hit 3, made both of her free throw attempts. 4 rebounds for each, so with a pretty much identical stat line, both with 1 assist. The only difference, 2 personal fouls on Kennedy in the first half, just 1 on Shantae. 6 points for Mango in the first half. She hit a 3-pointer, made a field goal, and then added a free throw in the first half. She's got 2 rebounds. 7 points for Kiara Griffin, had all that in the first quarter. Outside of that, there's been nothing else scoring-wise for Jack State and nothing else rebounding-wise for JSU. Out-rebounded 18-11 in the first half. And while you don't like to see that, you do like to see the turnover numbers that they posted. Liberty turned it over 11 times in that first half. This is a defense for Jack State that loves to pressure the opposition, and it worked to perfection in that first half. A +9 turnover margin through the first 2 periods of play. You look at points off turnovers, kind of what you'd expect. 9 for Jack State, just 2 for Liberty. And despite the rebound numbers, second chance points, Jacksonville State with more. They've got 5, none for the Flames in the first half. Liberty has 4 bench points versus 0 for JSU, and then as expected, with the height that the Flames have, they've got 8 more points in the paint, 22-14. Gamecocks with the speed, their fast break points, 5 versus 0 for Liberty. 2 blocks in the first half for the Flames, none for Jack State. JSU with 6 steals in the first 20, none for Liberty, and Liberty out assisting Jacksonville State 5-2. Gamecocks led for the majority of that first half, stormed back late thanks to that layup with 2 seconds left by Shantae Shaw. They lead it now at the half, 29-27. Got a lot of games going on here at the court at Liberty Arena. They've got one of the flailing arms inflatable man things standing in front of the goal, and students are having to shoot it over him for prizes, whoever has the most buckets at the end of the 2 minutes, I suppose. But nevertheless, an exciting first half here in Lynchburg, with JSU showing a lot of good stuff from the defense despite allowing 57% shooting from Liberty. And a lot of that is due to the height that they have. Their leading scorer, Maya Berkman, 4 for 4 from the field, improving her field goal mark, which is, hard to do considering you come in shooting 70%. But I will say 100% is just a little bit better than 70%, so that mark is going to rise if she continues doing what she's been doing so far. 6 points for Williams in the first half. She went down with an injury after being hit in the face inadvertently by Mutanda. Again, we hope she's all right. Maybe we'll be able to see her in the second half for the Flames. 4 points in the first half for Dee Brown, and then a couple of 2-point outings by Hess, Hodges, and Smuda in the first half. 4 rebounds for Berkman, 3 rebounds for Williams, 2 for Markova, and a whole bunch of 1 rebounds in the first half. 2 assists by Williams, who again had gone down with that injury in the second period. But here at the break, it's Jacksonville State 29 and Liberty 27. Got to imagine that the Gamecocks are going to keep their foot on the pedal, trying to keep this up-tempo going in this big-time ASUN Conference showdown. They just showed on the gigantic video board here at Liberty Arena the logo for the ASUN Women's Basketball Conference Championships. Looking forward to that one. Looking forward to seeing what JSU's seed will be. If they keep up at this rate, might be a little bit better than 7, which is what they're at right now. But we'll take a time out here on the Gamecock Sports Network. We'll come back with scores across the conference, as well as the men's score. They're taking on Eastern Kentucky right now. Come back in just a minute. Stay with us here on the Gamecock Sports Network. And we're back here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Jacksonville State up by 2 as Liberty has it to start the third period of play. Immediately go down low. They miss a layup, lost out of bounds by Kyra Williams. And it will stay, no, off of Liberty instead. Kyra Williams was in the vicinity but did not touch it. Jack State will have it up by 2. If you missed the end of that first half, JSU rallied, 7-0 run to claw back into it. Take the lead back, stayed neck and neck with Liberty through much of the last couple minutes. As Kiara Griffin has a three-pointer, that one clings off the back of the rim, pulled down by Kennedy Gavin. Late in the first half, JSU held off for a last-second shot as far as the shot clock goes, missed the layup. Liberty got the rebound with about 10 seconds to go. They threw it right to Nakia Thompson, fed to Shantae Shaw, hit a buzzer-beating layup to make it a 29-27 lead at the half. JSU misses their second scoring opportunity. A shot falls off the rim. Liberty with the rebound, and back over to the Flames, who have a chance to tie it or retake the lead here. D. Brown, they go down low to Maya Berkman, drives inside, double team, throws it away. Three-pointer, that one is in and out. Rebounded by Berkman, though. And Liberty with a big offensive board. They go down low to Hodges, and she's fouled. Tough break for the Gamecocks that time. Played it exceptionally well when Maya Berkman had the ball. Missed the three-pointer, but Berkman raced to it before any Gamecock could. And Gavin will check out with 8:37 to go here in the third period. A couple of free throws for Jordan Hodges. The first one is good. It's 29-28 Gamecocks. The 5'6" sophomore with a second free throw. And she is 2 for 2 at the charity stripe this trip. A look at the Gamecocks men's team in action. They lead in the first half in Richmond, Kentucky, 29-25. Shantae Shaw slapped in the face as she takes it down to the baseline. Misses a layup, nothing called. It's just out of bounds off of Liberty. Might have been a makeup call. Shaw into McCoy, handoff to Shantae in the corner. She'll loop around, gets around Bailey, has it at the elbow. The right side of the lane, Shantae with it, floater off the rim, rebounded by Liberty. Berkman comes away with it. Down the floor they go to D. Brown, and she traveled. Walked clear as day, and the Gamecocks have it. Petrie having a discussion with the official who comes down the floor. And Petrie still having that conversation with the official as the official walks off. 8:08 to go here in the third. Shantae with it. Shaw around two defenders. Layup good. 31-29. Shaw makes it look so easy. Back to a 2-point lead for JSU. Flames with it. They do not want to lose their five-game winning streak, Down low to Maya Berkman, throws it high off the glass. Rebounded by Griffin. Hands it off to a quick Shantae Shaw. In the corner it goes to Kyra Williams. Kyra to the paint, passes outside to Griffin. Kiara's got it, Bailey covering. To Shantae on the near side. Shaw jukes around one defender, shot blocked by Bailey, recovered by Emma Hess. Goes right to Shantae though, she's triple teamed. Top of the key, a three for Kyra, yes! Kyra Williams from downtown, it's 34-29. A big three for the Jacksonville native, and the lead is now 5 for JSU. Liberty on the other end with the ball as the Gamecocks have their biggest lead of the game so far. Maya Berkman at the free throw line, outside to a wide open Hodges. That three off the front of the rim. Gamecocks had numbers for just a moment as it got rebounded by Kyra Williams. Outside to Shaw. 6:43 and ticking here in the third quarter. JSU's up by 5. Shaw, same play, she'll take it, give outside to Kyra Williams. Kyra goes to the right side, passes in the corner to Mango. Mango tries a three, that one's short, pulled down by D. Brown of Liberty. Brown takes it herself, knocked away by Kyra, but she recovers it on the right side to Hodges. Hodges walks it to the top of the key, gives it to Bailey. Bailey guarded by Griffin. Spins around. Outside to Brown. Gets a screen. Passes to the right to Hodges. Down low to Berkman against McCoy. Layup won't go. Rebounded by Shaw. Good defensive play there by McCoy. And a huge rebound by the smallest player out there, Shante Shaw. That's already Shaw's 6th rebound of this game. She could have a double-double, which is crazy. Kiera Griffin to the right side, threw it right to Emma Hess, who high-pointed it. And Hess will run down the left sideline. Hess, the ASUN Player of the Week. No points, no, check that, 2 points so far in this one. And JSU knocks it out of bounds. Kyra Williams dove out to knock it away on a pass. Nakia Thompson comes in along with Kennedy Gavin to relieve Shante Shaw and Kiera Griffin. Jordan Bailey bounces one in, picked up by Hodges. Jordan Hodges gives left side to D. Brown. Cuts to the right with 5.5 to go in the period. Brown works around Kyra Williams. Can't hit the shot, however. Rebounded by the 6'6" center. Outside to Bailey. Shot missed. Rebounded by McCoy. Bella Smuda, good luck if you're trying to get a rebound around her. She's as tall as the rim. Here's Nakia Thompson with it. Trying to add to this 5-point advantage. Gives to a cutting Mutanda. Layup, no good. Too much on it. And Liberty has it. This is Brown, straight away to the left side to Hodges. It stayed kind of deadlocked at 34-29 for quite some time. JSU trying to keep it like that. Smuda with it against Kennedy Gavin. Layup, good. Smuda is a full half foot taller than Kennedy Gavin. That shot was easy, and it's 34-31. Nakia Thompson's got it. Nakia spins away from Hodges, gives in the corner. Kyra Williams, a three. That one off the iron. Rebounded by Hess. Nobody home to fight for a board for JSU. And with 4:20 to go, Liberty back with it. Could tie it with a long ball. Hodges left side to Bailey. Covered by McCoy. Bailey will drive down low. Jumper well short. Might have been partially blocked. Kyra Williams will take it. Williams JUCO transfer after her days as a Golden Eagle at Jacksonville High School. Over to Nakia Thompson now. Mentioned earlier, playing in her 100th game as a Gamecock. Madison McCoy gives to Mutanda, fakes a three. Mango will drive, layup, blocked out of bounds by Hess. And that'll take us to the media timeout. 3:45 to go here in the third period. Jack State leads 34-31 here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. back here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Jacksonville State on top of Liberty here in this women's basketball contest, 34-31. Shantae Shaw with a team-high 10 points, 6 rebounds, 8 points for Kennedy Gavin, 7 for Kiera Griffin, and 6 for Mango Mutanda. JSU out-rebounding the Flames here in this third period so far. 10-7, trying to keep that going, trying to cause some more havoc, but it's the Flame defense that gets a big takeaway as we get back to play. Three-pointer for Hess, nothing in net. They left her open for the first time tonight. She made them pay for the first time tonight, and we're tied up at 34. That is deflating. Brooklyn McDaniel checks in for the first time. Freshman from Heflin to the right side, it's Amari Martin. Amari to the left side, she'll give to Madison McCoy, drives inside, blocked out of bounds by the 6'6", Bella Smuda. To my knowledge, there's only a few 6'6" or taller female athletes in the A-Sun Conference. She's got to be up there as far as height goes. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock, and Smuda called for a reach-in as she made contact. Started to argue the call, but then walked away from it. Gamecocks in a scoreless drought right now, 4 minutes. Made just one of their last 7 field goals. As Nakia Thompson fakes a pass, she'll give it into Gavin, a handoff to Nakia. She'll take it in the paint, jumper, no good, wipe it off, a travel. Would have been rebounded by Liberty anyway. Flames have it. In this tied up ball game, a 5-0 run for Liberty. Under 3 to go in this third period. D. Brown's got it on the right wing, down low to Smuda, layup won't go. Picked up by Nakia Thompson off one hop. Thompson punches it as she runs down the floor. Has it on the right wing. Steenbergen has her in coverage. Top of the key, it's Gavin to the right side. A give to Amari Martin at the free throw line. Back to Kennedy, mid-range jumper. No problem, 36-34. Kennedy in double figures now with 10 points and 5 rebounds. On the other end, driving in quickly is Steenbergen. Passes outside. This is a long 2, and it's in there. Number 25, Markova, with her first make of the game. That one over Brooklyn McDaniel, and it knocks us back up at 36. A bit of a lower scoring third period, but JSU being outscored 9-7 by Liberty as Kennedy Gavin drives inside. That's a jump ball. Stays with JSU. Defender had both hands on it. Solid play. I think that was Smuda. Nakia Thompson throwing it in underneath the basket. Gives in to Gavin. Handoff to Nakia. Nakia around multiple defenders and a foul on Smuda. Nakia went with the Euro step that time, danced in the middle of the lane, put up a shot, and Smuda hit her hand. Now Nakia, I think, helped sell it a little bit. But you got to make sure they see it. And that sends Nakia to the free throw line. First trip to the line for the senior in this game. And the first free throw from Thompson's in there. JSU back on top, 37-36. Minute 56 to go here in the third period. Thompson gets the second one. You heard the Whopper, 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 the BK song being sung by the Liberty Band, and if nothing else, it's unique. I like it. It would throw me off if I was a basketball player. I'd start singing with them. Corner 3 for Liberty for the lead, won't go. Rebounded by nobody. Out of bounds off Smuda. Madison McCoy and Smuda fighting for it. Smuda just narrowly tipped it out. Honestly, I could have understood had they said Liberty basketball, but the official right on it gives it to us, and we will take it, 38-36. 90 seconds to go. Kennedy Gavin at the elbow, shot blocked by Smuda. Recovered by Markova on the left side. They've got numbers. Markova passes out to D. Brown. They trail by 2. Markova around multiple defenders. Not enough on the layup, though. Rebounded by Ken. Over to Nakia Thompson. Races down the floor, throws it almost too long. Brooklyn McDaniel's there. Brooklyn will drive, lay up, no good, but she's fouled. And that is the third team foul of the period on Liberty. That'll go on Markova, her first. And it sends the Cleburne County product, Brooklyn McDaniel, to the free throw line. First one from the first-year Gamecock is good. Has a really effortless free throw shot. She just kind of extends her arms and it goes in the net. It's exactly how you want it. She makes it a 4-point lead as she hits both of them. It's 40-36 with 1:04 to go here in the third period. Liberty tosses it in to D. Brown. This is Markova. Passes way too long and out of bounds. Trying to get it to the opposite corner. Back to D. Brown. Throws it out. That is turnover number 13 of this game for Liberty. Only their second, however, of this second half. Brooklyn McDaniel fakes a three. She'll take it to the free throw line. Down the right side of the lane. Spins. Shot off the backboard. Good. A 6-point advantage. Biggest of the game for either side at 42-36. Half a minute to go here in the third period. This is Steenbergen, freshman wide open. Three off the front of the rim. Picked up by our freshman McDaniel, and the shot clock's off. 24 seconds to go. Nakia Thompson, top of the key. The senior from Douglas High School in Atlanta. She'll take it to the edge of that Liberty Flame logo at midcourt. Here at Liberty Arena. 10 seconds to go. We'll start the play. Cuts to the left. She'll pass it outside of McDaniel. Three-pointer. Boom! Brooklyn McDaniel from long range, and that'll do it for the third period. A huge 9-0 scoring run to end the frame, and Jack State's lead is 45-36 as we head to the final stanza. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss it. Stay with us right here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Through 30, it's JSU 45, Liberty 36. Jamming out to some Harry Styles here at Liberty Arena as we come back from that end of third quarter timeout. We head to the fourth, and JSU leads at 45-36. You're just joining us after missing some of that third period, a 9-0 scoring run to end the frame. The Gamecocks lead by 9. It has definitely improved the mood of the visiting bench. You look over, you see Brianna Rhodes singing along to some Harry Styles. You feel good with this 9-point lead here in Lynchburg. But still 10 minutes left. Still got to play solid basketball if you want to get out of here with a huge upset at Liberty. Speaking of Liberty, the Flames have it to start the fourth period. Tossed in by Markova. She bounces one for D. Brown, and we're underway. Nakia Thompson falls down in defense. Wide open layup for D. Brown. They didn't even have to set up a screen that time. Nakia just slipped, unfortunately. And it's 45-38. Thompson passes to Kennedy Gavin. Comes to the left side. A handoff to McCoy, looping around to the right. Maddie spins back to the left. Passes to Thompson. Drives inside. Fouled. Fouled at the end by Steenbergen, the freshman, and Nakia will head to the charity stripe. It's halftime of the men's game. JSU and EKU knotted up at 36 all. Try to keep an eye on that score. Could be a big upset in Charlotte. Queens leading Kennesaw State 54-50 late in the third period in that one. Only other game of the A-Sun right now, Stetson on top of North Florida, 52-36. Free throw good from Nakia Thompson. Makes it an 8-point lead, 46-38. Second free throw from the 5'6" guard. Spins the ball in her hands, bends her knees, puts it in the air, and it's off the rim. Rebounded by Gavin. A jump ball. Let's see who gets it. It'll be JSU basketball. Kennedy Gavin tied up that time with D. Brown. Forces the jump ball, and JSU will hold on to it. Thompson throws it in. It's deflected and stolen by Liberty. Right to Steenbergen. Steenbergen on the wing to the right side. It's Markova. Hands it off. Now back outside Steenbergen. Drives around McDaniel. Layup has too much on it. Gets her own rebound. And a foul on the Gamecocks. Once again, just nobody home that time. Kennedy Gavin a little late coming back to the ball for the rebound. And Kennedy with her third personal. Brown throws it into Markova. Markova with a long two. It's short. Pulled down by Thompson, and a foul going for it on D. Brown. And Brown is shocked, but it's the right call. 9:06 to go. You look back at the foul on Kennedy Gavin. It could have been on Kennedy, could have been on Nakia. Goes into Thompson. She'll take it down the center of the floor. Sets up shop on the right side. Steenbergen covering. To the left side, it's McDaniel now on the wing to Amari. Martin drives in the paint. She'll back it up at the free throw line. Takes it down low, holding on to it. She's triple teamed. Outside Gavin, long two. Kennedy got it. 48-38, a double-digit lead for Jacksonville State. 8:35 to go. D. Brown has it. She'll cut to the right. Thompson shadowing her. Gives to Steenbergen now. McDaniel on her. Brooklyn steps with her to the right side. This is Markova. Three-pointer. Good. Madison McCoy gave her just enough room, and it's a 7-point difference. 48-41 with 8:08 to go. Looking for another score right here. Gamecock offense has made it work here in the second half. Won't work this time. Amari Martin pushed at the end of that layup. Nothing called. Flames back with it in transition. Outside. Now down low. They go to Berkman against Gavin. Layup good, and it's a 5-point game. Maya Berkman, unbelievable in that first half. She's got her first basket of the second half now after missing most of that third period. Nakia Thompson to the left, outside of Brooklyn McDaniel. Big screen. McDaniel drives inside. Layup falls off the rim. Pulled down by D. Brown. Passes back to Markova. Now down low, they go to Berkman off her fingertips and out of bounds. Looking back on replay on the video board of that three-pointer, McCoy just gave her far too much room. 48-43, Jack State, 7:15 to go. As the inbounds pass is thrown to Nakia Thompson. To the right side, she'll give it to Mutanda, now to McDaniel. To the left, this is Madison McCoy. Back to the right to Thompson. Nakia, guarded by two defenders, gets around him with a screen. Runner is good. And Nakia helps Jack State break 50. It's 50-43. Back to Steenbergen, the freshman, to the right side. Audrey Clark with it. Cuts back to the left to Steenbergen. 18 on the shot clock. Layup blocked by McDaniel. Picked up by Berkman, back outside to Markova. She'll try a three over McCoy. This one in and out. And contact on the rebound. They'll call a foul. See who the foul is on. It'll be a push. Maybe on Thompson. Yes. Second on Nakia, third team foul here in the fourth period. 6:28 to go. Liberty going to toss it in here. Steenbergen got the pass from D. Brown. She'll take top of the key, down low to Berkman, now to Markova, layup good. I'm not sure how we ended up with Shantae Shaw on Markova, but that's not a recipe for success. Wide open, easy layup for the 6-footer, and it's 50-45. 6:06 to go. Shaw to the left, outside of McDaniel. McDaniel trying to cross up Brown. She'll pass it over to McCoy. Back to Brooklyn. Outside, three ball, well short, out of bounds. Under 6 to go in this game, a 5-point game. JSU out in front, 50-45. 5:46 to go. Steenbergen, left side pass to Markova. Backs it up after driving against Griffin. Over to D. Brown. Down low, now back outside to Clark. 10 on the shot clock. She lost the dribble, picks it back up, tries an awkward shot, too much on it. And Kennedy Gavin picks it up as that one landed on the other side of the rim. Shantae Shaw's got it. Crosses up a defender. Round two, layup good. Shantae Shaw once again with a highlight reel type play. She's got 12, and it's 52-45. It's amazing how Shaw gets around these defenders sometimes. In the paint, this is Smuda around Gavin, layup good. Gavin just does not have the answer defensively for Bella Smuda. The 6'6" player, just a redshirt sophomore from Exton, Pennsylvania. She is going to be something special if she stays here at Liberty. Really, wherever she goes, she'd be a heck of a player. Shaw over to Kyra Williams. Down the right side, Kyra trapped, working, layup, no good, too much on it. Not a bad look, but just didn't get the right shot that time. On the other end, Liberty racing down the floor. They get around Griffin, layup bricked off the rim. Not enough elevation there by Steenbergen. She is open. Shantae Shaw's got it in the corner. Kiera Griffin unguarded. No problem. 55-47. An 8-point lead with 4:10 to go and timeout taken by Liberty. Coach Green calls time. We'll take it with them. It'll be stretched to immediate timeout. Jack State 55, Liberty 47. 4 minutes, 11 seconds to go here on the Gamecocks Sports Network. feeling superstitious, we need you to do whatever you can to get the Gamecocks a win in this one. 55-47, Jack State on top, 4:11 to go in the fourth period. It's been a big second half for JSU. Started in that third period where they outscored Liberty 16-9, being outscored by a point here in the fourth period, but staying with them for the most point. This is a Liberty team outshooting Jack State 43% to 36%. The difference has been turnovers, 14 for the Flames, 6 for the Gamecocks. And it just feels like over the last 4 minutes of JSU's defense can continue to wreak havoc, cause havoc, as Coach Petrie explains to them every day in practice. If they can do that, they'll walk out of here with a huge upset win over the number 2 team in the A-Sun. Gamecocks trying to get back to 500 in conference play. Could do it if they hold on for the final 4:11. Looking at other games in action, it's an early second half score in Richmond, Kentucky. Jack State's men knotted up with the Colonels, 36-all. In women's action, the team we'll see on Saturday, Queens, they're trying to pull off a big upset as well. Winners of just 2 conference games this year, but currently leading Kennesaw State in Charlotte 64-56. About 9 minutes left in that one. And then about 9 minutes left down in Jacksonville, Florida. North Florida trails Stetson 52-40. This one has been the most interesting women's game probably of the night in A-Sun Conference action. Can Jack State close it out? Need a good last 4 minutes to do it. Liberty will have it out of that timeout. They called time after a big three-pointer from Kiera Griffin. Hodges has got it. She'll hand it off. This is number 22 with it. That's Jordan Bailey. Down low, and it's stolen by Kennedy Gavin. Turnover, number 15. Steal, number 7 for Jack State. Score here would make it a double-digit lead with under 4 to go. Kennedy Gavin, 2. Yep, she does it. 57-47. 3:45 and ticking. Wanting to continue applying pressure on this offense. Jordan Hodges to the right side to D. Brown. Gets around the first defender. This is Kyra Williams down low. 3.5 to go. Wide open 3. Hodges, good. 57-50. We've had some missed assignments tonight. Had another one right there. With 3:20 to go, Jack State back with it. A 3-possession game. Backing it up is Kennedy Gavin. Takes a pass to the right. She'll come near side to Kyra. Now back to Shantae Shaw. The Troy transfer, second on the team in points per game. She's got 12 in this one. Mango inside to Kennedy, and it's stolen. Popped out of there by Emma Hess, and Liberty's got it. It's D. Brown in transition, a handoff to Hodges. Cuts to the left side. She'll give to Jordan Bailey. Got a screen, but not enough room. Bailey drives against Griffin. Spins, she's trapped at the elbow. Outside, she passes to D. Brown. Bit of contact, nothing called. And they'll get Kiera Griffin for a reach-in. Third team foul this fourth period on Jack State with 2:40 to go. Liberty to toss it into Bailey. Shot right away is missed. Rebounded by Brown. Putback is no good. Rebound, putback, no good again. But a foul. That time it was Smuda, the 6'6" center. She's good at pretty much anything. We'll see what she can do at the line, though. Smuda this season a 49% free throw shooter, 18 of 37. Her first trip to the line in this game, she's got 6 points. First free throw from the Pennsylvania native is good. It's 57-51, a 2-possession game. 2.5 to go. Second free throw from Smuda. Good. She got both of them. 5-point difference at 57-52. Shaw will guide the Gamecocks down the floor. Here at Dr. Orville and Florence. Down low to Madison McCoy. Layup missed off the bottom of the rim. She gets the rebound, throws it outside to Griffin. Now to Thompson. Back to Kiera in the corner. This is McCoy. A long 2. Maddie got it. 59-52. Big shot from McCoy, her first make of the evening. 2 minutes to go. Looking for another stop here. Down low to Smuda. She got around McCoy. Layup easily goes in there. That's tough. Back to a 5-point game. Minute 45 to go. Shante fakes a drive. She'll slow it down. Hess Garninger. She gets around Emma Hess. Couple of moves. 15 on the shot clock. Minute 38 to go. Shaw near side to Nakia Thompson. Thompson loses it, and that's off Liberty. And I'm going to tell you, if this one gets reviewed, we may not have the basketball. I don't know that the Flames ever touched it. The officials will converge, and I think they do change it here. No, they're going to check it on replay. I'm going to be honest. I don't know that Liberty touched it. We may need to see a replay in the arena here. Let's see. We got us a handy-dandy replay machine down here at the broadcast table. Let's see if I can see it. It should give us maybe a decent look, hopefully. Once again, I want to thank everybody for joining us on the Gamecock Sports Network this evening. Jack State enjoying a 5-point lead at the moment. Nakia Thompson drives inside. I just can't see on that play if she was, if the ball was touched or not. So I guess we'll see what the officials have to say, because I'm not convinced on the overhead shot one way or another. It is a big call, because when you're up by 5, you have the ball with a minute 29 left. That's a lot different of a feeling than when you don't have the ball, you're up by 5 with a minute 29 left. It's 59-54, Jacksonville State on top of Liberty here in Lynchburg. Taking another look at scores across the conference. We'll start out with the Jack State men. They're knotted up still with Eastern Kentucky, 43-all. Hear a lively Liberty Arena making noise as cheerleaders come out to throw T-shirts to the fans. A lot of fans have stuck around. Want to see how this one plays out. Midway through the fourth period, Queens on top of Kennesaw State, 69-63. And Stetson leading North Florida midway through the fourth, 58-44. We will see both of those teams in the next couple weeks. We will see Queens tomorrow. Or, well, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next game. You know what I mean. All right, y'all, let's see what the officials have to say. They have broken their huddle. The initial look appears to be Jacksonville State basketball, from what I can see. Maybe it was touched. I'm not mad at the call, I promise. Gamecocks break out of their huddle. And indeed, Jacksonville State's got it. Gamecocks once again head back into their huddle. This may have been a media timeout. Yes, it was. Liberty is a very tall team, and they've got some very tall coaches as well. If you make Bella Smuda look short, you're a tall human being. Once again, gotta say, for fans listening in, Liberty's coming to the CUSA with us. If you've got the chance to make the trip up to Lynchburg next year, if we play them here, come on up here. This is an awesome venue. It's a nice little town. Everybody's super friendly. The backdrop in the arena of the Blue Ridge Mountains is gorgeous. I mean, it's truly something you got to witness if you love sports, if you love sporting venues. This is an awesome place, and it will be an awesome place to win a game tonight if Jack State can get it done. They lead by 5, just under 90 seconds to go. In it goes Shante Shaw, layup no good, rebounded by Liberty. It goes to Smuda. Who else? Liberty's got it down the right side. This is Hodges. She'll hand it off to D. Brown. Drives into Thompson. No call. Yes, a call. It's a charge. And Jack State gets it back. Fourth foul on D. Brown, and the Gamecocks will take back over. 1:16 left. That was huge. Nakia with 3 drawn charges in this game. None bigger than that. Shaw to the right side to Kiera Griffin. Now to Kennedy Gavin, top of the key. Left side Thompson, 15 on the shot clock, 1 minute left. Inside in the paint, this is Gavin. Kennedy spins, jumper short, a little bit of contact, nothing called. Rebounded by Liberty. D. Brown takes it down the floor. Gives to Hodges, open three, good. And it's a 2-point game, 59-57. That one's tough. Timeout called by Liberty. 46 seconds to go. Man, Liberty will not go away. Jordan Hodges hits the three, and it's 59-57, 46 to go. Ouch. Gamecocks will have it. There will be a 16-second difference between the shot and game clocks, but you have got to score here. This is a Liberty team that can shoot the ball from deep. They've hit 4 threes already. You don't want to give them a chance to win the game with a long ball. This one coming down to the wire here in Lynchburg. Liberty's outscored Jack State 21-14 in the final 10. Well, final 9-15, I guess. About 3/4 of a minute to go. I want to remind everybody, join us on Saturday afternoon. We'll have the call of women's basketball action at Queens University of Charlotte. Tip-off at 1 p.m. Central Time. Pre-game at 12:45 Central Time. Live from North Carolina. We'll make the trip down there tomorrow. Kiera Griffin throws it into Shantae Shaw. She'll begin dribbling immediately, and the clocks are rolling. 40 seconds to go, past the half-court logo. Shaw moves the teammate down the floor. To the right side, it's Griffin. Now to Kennedy Gavin. Left side, Thompson. Shot clock will be off after this. 30 seconds to go. To the right to Griffin. Back to Kennedy. Left side, Shaw. Shantae with 7 on the clock. Outside to Thompson. Back to Shantae on the right. 4 on the clock. Takes a layup. It's blocked out of bounds. And the Gamecocks will have it with 1 second on the shot clock. And Petra will call a timeout. Bella Smuda knocked that one out of bounds. She has had herself a second half. I'm not sure why Maya Berkman has not played as much in the third and fourth periods. I'm not sure if it's a fatigue thing. She's not in foul trouble. She's got no fouls. But I say that to say that Smuda has stepped up in a big way here in the third and fourth periods. 10 points, 5 rebounds. We don't have block numbers, but they've got 8 as a team. Got to imagine she's got a lot of them. She's got 2 of them. Surprisingly, Berkman has none of them. Bailey's got 3. So there you go, 17.4 seconds left, 1 on the shot clock for Jack State. Shaw will throw it in underneath the basket. Catch and shoot here. Goes into Thompson, three-pointer blocked, recovered by Liberty. Shot clock violation. The Flames will have it with 15.8 seconds to go, and they call time. If you will remember, about a year ago to the date, Jack State paired up with Liberty in the A-Sun semifinals at the Pete. It was a buzzer-beating layup for Jacksonville State to knock off the Flames. Liberty has sat and thought about that for 11 months, how their season ended last year, a season that had so much promise, had a chance to win the A-Sun championship, fell to Jack State in the semis. They've let it fester. They have not played us since then. The first matchup between the two teams since that famed buzzer beater from Kiana Johnson. We've got the same score right now, 59-57. How is this one going to play out? 15.8 to go. Gamecocks break their huddle. Liberty breaks their huddle. Gamecocks have no fouls to give. Liberty has 1 to give. Emma Hess to throw it in, the player of the week from last week. Goes into Maya Berkman, down at the baseline, 15 to go. Driving against Gavin, layup rolls in with 11.6. We're tied up, and Jack State will have it. That was as easy a bucket as I have seen tonight. Maya Berkman caught that pass, drove right up against Kennedy Gavin, challenged her, and Gavin could not get the stop. 11.6 to go. Can JSU break their hearts again? Simply win. Simply win. Simply win. All we want. It's a 7-0 scoring run for Liberty. A 12-2 run over the last 3 minutes and 16 seconds. 11.6 seconds remaining. Gamecocks will send out there Kiera Griffin, Nakia Thompson, Shantae Shaw, Kennedy Gavin, and Masingo Mango Mutanda. Mango to throw it in. Inbounds pass will go, fakes one to Griffin, goes to Gavin, top of the key. Kennedy drives, short two, off the rim, rebounded by Shantae, put back, no good, rebounded by Liberty, and they called a foul. A reaching in foul that puts them in the bonus. They'll head to the free throw line with 4.1 remaining, or will they? Or was it just a timeout? It may have just been a timeout. It's just a timeout. I don't know why you shoot it that quickly into the play. If you're Shantae, when you get the rebound, circle back around, you've got time. The timeout advances it past midcourt. They've got a chance with 4.1 to run a nice play here. I mean, they can take their time here with 4.1. You have got to get a stop here. Goes without saying. This is what Liberty has dreamed of for the past 11 months. Can JSU keep them off the scoreboard over the final 4 seconds? Jack State has led the majority of this game. Flames have battled back to tie it. D. Brown will throw it in for the Flames. Goes into Bailey, back to Brown, cuts to the left, puts up a shot. They called a foul. They called a foul with 1 second left, and she'll head to the line. She threw up some junk at the backboard, and they called a foul. And with 1.1 left, she heads to the line in a tied ball game. Petrie will call time to make D. Brown think about it. D. Brown on the season, an 85% free throw shooter. First trip to the line in this game. .1 left. Gamecocks have one more timeout. Liberty has 0. It's been a 7-0 run for Liberty. D. Brown heads to the charity stripe. First free throw from the guard. Redshirt senior from the Windy City at the line. First one, no good, too much on it. Give us one more of those, please. One more. 1.1 left. The second free throw from D. Brown. In the air. No good, off the rim, rebounded by, ball on the floor, that'll do it. Woo! We will take it. Oh my goodness. Oh. Man, we'll take a timeout. My gosh. 40 minutes down, not enough time to decide who's going to win this one. We'll head to an extra frame in Lynchburg. Come back in a minute here on the Gamecock Sports Network. We're back here at Liberty Arena. It's a fine night for some free basketball here in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Jacksonville State 59, Liberty 59 here on the Gamecocks Sports Network on YouTube. We appreciate the fans joining us tonight. We've had a fun time. We hope you enjoyed tuning in. Let's hope these last 5 minutes are fun for the Gamecocks. It's a 7-0 run to end regulation by Liberty, but D. Brown, a season-long 85% free throw shooter, misses both with 1 second left. Pressure can create diamonds, pressure can crush you. That one crushed Liberty, but we can't really celebrate it as a win. You blew a double-digit lead, you're in overtime, a chance to make up for it and get a win nevertheless. Jumping at the line for Jack State will be Kiera Griffin. She'll go up against Maya Berkman for Liberty. Kiera did not win the opening tip, and she will not win this one. Liberty comes away with it, much more contested. They go in the corner to Hess, a three right away, good. They were fighting for it. Hess ran down in the corner, made the shot at 62-59. This kid's automatic if she gets a little bit of space. 8 points on the night, but she has been heavily guarded for much of this contest. Shantae Shaw looking for a response, gives outside Griffin a three-pointer off the rim, out of bounds, Liberty ball. So not the best 30 seconds for Jack State tonight in the first 30 of overtime, but still 4:30 left.
Here we go. Let's go,
looking for a stop here. The Gamecock defense tightened up in that third period, allowed just 9. The fourth period, a different story. D. Brown goes inside to Griffin. Layup good. Said Griffin meant Bailey. She beat Kiera Griffin. It's a 5-point lead, a 5-0 run, 12-0 run dating back to regulation for Liberty. We just need a score here. Shantae Shaw on the near side. Just something. Over to Kiera Griffin, and an offensive foul away from the ball on Kennedy Gavin. A moving screen and time called by Petrie. 59 seconds in, a 5-0 run for Liberty. They lead it 64-59. We'll step aside, come back in just a minute. We're back with you here on YouTube on the Gamecock Sports Network. Jack State trails Liberty 64-59, 4:01 to go here in the first overtime. D. Brown, who missed both free throws with the game on the line, has it on the left wing. She'll drive inside, spins, passes over to Berkman, guarded by McCoy, layup good. A 14-0 run for Liberty. Just need a shot to go in, just need something. It's Kiera Griffin, a handoff to Shantae Shaw, just looking to restore that confidence in the offense. McCoy back outside to Shaw. Shantae will attack this time, stops, lays it up, off the iron. Rebounded by Bailey. Amari Martin will come in at the next break. Bailey swings one to the right to Emma Hess, who started this frame with a three. Liberty won their only overtime game. They beat Florida Gulf Coast 88-78 not that long ago right here as they throw one way out of bounds. That one flies into the front row. Jacksonville State 0-1 in overtime games. They fell at home to Lipscomb 83-81. That was their first conference loss. It started that losing skid. Under 3 to play in overtime. Jack State down 7. Kiera Griffin straight away. She'll go to the left, give it off to Amari. A three-pointer. Yes! Huge response for Amari Martin. It's 66-62. need a stop here. D. Brown to the left. Goes inside, going to pass back to Berkman. Got to stop her, and she makes the shot through contact. A chance for a three-point play. That one hurt. Free throw from Berkman is in and out, and a foul going for the rebound on JSU. Was it a foul? I think it was a little early that time was JSU, so she'll get another opportunity is what it was. She made this one. 69-62, 2:20 to go. Nakia Thompson to the left, gives to Griffin straight away. Now we saw this JSU offense in that third period. They went on a quick 7-0 run. They can do it. You just got to make some shots here. Amari's already hitting one. She has it on the far sideline. 7 on the clock. She lost the dribble. Diving for it. There's a scramble for it. Jump ball. Who's got it? Jack State's got it. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Got to have a good look here. We had 1 second on the shot clock in regulation. The shot was blocked. Liberty got it. What can Jack State do this time? Got another tick this time around. Thompson goes in the corner. 3 from Griffin at the buzzer, airball. This overtime period has been all Liberty. Inbounds pass will go to Hess. Over to D. Brown. Past the timeline, Brown's got it. Nakia Thompson standing right in front of her as she goes to the left side. Brown with some room on the wing. She'll cut back to the right. Passes in the corner to Hess. Mango all over Hess. Back outside to Brown. Minute 34 to go. Down low to Berkman. Easy layup. Didn't get it, but she got a foul. Maddie McCoy got beat that time. Minute 32 to go. Brianna Rhodes will check in. Two free throws for Berkman here. First one rims out. Could still make it an 8-point game if she hits this one. Second free throw for Maya Berkman is true. An 8-point game. Inbounds pass goes to Thompson. Nakia past the logo. Minute 25 and ticking. Goes to the left outside key. Three-pointer off the rim. Rebounded by Amari Martin. She's pressured. Outside to Mutanda. She'll drive inside. Higher percentage look. Throws it to Petrie out of bounds. 73 seconds to go. This one looks like it's wrapped up. I guess anything can happen. But it's an 8-point lead for Liberty. Bailey will check it in to Brown. Flames take it up past half court. After the shot clock expires, there'll be about 42 seconds left. They pass back to Berkman. They don't need to burn down time. Just find Maya Berkman. She hits another one. It's a 10-point lead here in overtime. They have outscored Jack State 13-3 in the extra period. Kiera Griffin to the right. She'll take it. 12 on the clock, 40 to go. Nakia Thompson with it. Nakia in the corner. Kyra was open. 5 on the clock. Kyra drives. Floater off the rim. Missed. Rebounded by Berkman. About a half-second difference between the shot and game clocks, and that'll do it. Fun game. Jack State gave them all they could handle. Give credit where it's due. Liberty made the plays in overtime, and they win 72-62. A hard-fought defeat for the Gamecocks. and they fall to 4-6 in conference play. Liberty improves to 8-2 in A-Sun matchups. Tough start to the road trip. Heard the buzzer go off. That was a shot clock violation. They dribbled out the entire shot clock. JSU with it with .3 to go. They'll throw it in to Kaya, and that'll do it. Amari gives it in to Thompson, holds on to it. That does it. Well, that one hurt. That one hurts. That one hurts. 72-62 in overtime. Jacksonville State falls to Liberty. And the Flames get a big win here at home. Man, great game though, two great teams. Maybe we'll see this matchup again in the A-Sun tournament. Who knows? Gamecocks competed the whole way through, could not get it done in overtime, could not get it done in crunch time. Allowed that 7-0 run to end regulation, and Liberty comes away with a 10-point dub in overtime. We'll take a timeout and come back and talk it through here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Your final score in overtime, Liberty 72 and JSU 62. We're back here at Liberty Arena. Plenty of reason to celebrate for the home team. They knock off Jacksonville State in overtime, 72-62. It's definitely a heartbreaker for the Gamecocks. Got to be proud at how they performed for 40 minutes, but did not have it for the final 5. They get outscored 13-3 in the extra period. And Liberty comes away with their 8th win in conference play. On the year, Liberty now 14-7. 8-2 in A-Sun matchups. Jack State 11-10 overall and 4-6 in league pairings. Only time these two teams will meet in the regular season, but if the season were to end today, again, Jacksonville State will be making the trip to Lynchburg for conference tournament time, hosted at campus sites. So maybe that's in the cards for later on down the road. Who knows? Maybe a chance for revenge. Of course, JSU fell at Liberty in the regular season last year by 5, then knocked them off in the tournament. Can the same thing happen this season? Guess we'll have to wait and see. Looking at final stats, leading scorer in this game for the Gamecocks, Kennedy Gavin. She fouled out, 14 points, 9 rebounds, just shy of another double-double. Continuing to produce, though, Kennedy has now scored in double figures 9 of 10 games since the turn of the new year and in conference play. She has been a great player for the Gamecocks, led the offensive attack again in this one. 12 points for Shantae Shaw, finished with 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Kennedy Gavin, Shaw, and Kiera Griffin all in double figures. 10 for Griffin, 2 rebounds for Kiera. 7 points off the bench for Brooklyn McDaniel. She added a rebound. 7 points in 6 minutes. Pretty good outing for BMAC. 6 points for Mango Mutanda. Got the start again. Did not have the most efficient offensive outing, just 2 of 7 from the field. Had a couple of rebounds in this one. 5 points for Nakia Thompson, 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Couple of steals as well for the senior out of Atlanta. 3 points each for Amari Martin and Kyra Williams, connecting on trays. And then 2 points for Madison McCoy. Brianna Rhodes, the only Gamecock who appeared and did not score. She came in for just 4 minutes in this ball game. JSU turned it over 11 times, forced 18 turnovers by the Liberty offense. JSU with 7 steals versus 4 for Liberty. Out-rebounded 41-35 tonight, which all things considered not that bad for a team that, you know, you're going up against a squad that's got 6'6", 6'5", 6'3" on their roster. And JSU's tallest player is 6 foot. But as expected, the taller team gets the rebounding advantage in this one. Liberty outshot Jack State 50% to 33%, had more makes on less attempts in this one. Also outshot them 38% to 30% from deep. JSU shot better from the line. Made 10 of their 12. Liberty made 9 of their 12. Points in the paint. Liberty doubled us up, 44-22. My goodness, that's one of the worst margins we've had all season. Gamecocks 10 second chance points versus 6 for Liberty. Their bench outscored ours 27-17. And they outscored us mostly in overtime on fast break points, 6-5. More blocks, 9-1 for Liberty. Kind of what we expected coming in. I don't know if we expected 9 blocks, but we knew they'd have way more than us. And then double the amount of assists, 18-9. 10 times this game was tied, and we had lead changes 11 times. It was a back-and-forth brawl all the way until overtime started. That's when Liberty opened it with a 3, never looked back, and they win 72-62. We're taking a look at the men's game. They've got a battle going on in Richmond, Kentucky. They trail on the Bluegrass State 61-60, under 3 to go. They're in immediate timeout. We're hoping that they can pull it out on the road at EKU. A couple other games have gone final in the ASUN Conference on the women's side. That's Queens upsetting Kennesaw State 79-75. Another tough loss for KSU after they lost to Central Arkansas last week. Now they fall to Queens. They've lost to 2 of the worst, maybe 3 or 4 teams in the conference this year. Of course, we don't want to say that too loud because we play Queens on Saturday. Queens did not make a field goal the last 5 minutes of that game and still won against Kennesaw State. That's crazy. And then Stetson with a 14-point dub, 65-51 on the road at UNF. We'll have Coach Petrie here in just a minute on the Gamecock Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us here on YouTube. Game has gone final in overtime. Liberty wins 72-62. Be back in just a moment. And we're back here on the Gamecocks Sports Network, about to be joined by women's basketball head coach Rick Petrie. Good showing from Jacksonville State for the first 40 minutes. A tough loss in overtime as they fall 72-42 to the Liberty Flames. Coach, first question, just kind of opening thoughts, how you felt about the team's performance tonight.
Well, you know, I thought that overall for the first 38 minutes, we did what we needed to do, and that wasn't perfect in those 38 because we had some breakdowns, but it was good enough. The first 38 was good enough, and in the last two we imploded. We just completely imploded. We couldn't make a basket, and we couldn't stop them when we had to. You know, looking back, I blame myself. Based on a bounds with 1 second on the shot clock, the play we ran, I'd like to have that one back. I'd like to have run something else, and I take full responsibility for that. That's on me. I made a wrong decision. You know, and I got to live with that. I feel like if we'd run something different, I could have at least got us a shot. Now, we still would have had to make it, and there's no guarantee we make it. But we just, you know, I mean, we just literally just crumbled in the last 2 minutes, just absolutely crumbled and folded. And it's sad because for the first 38, again, minus a handful of very meaningful mistakes, but minus that, the first 38 minutes, we were good enough to win the game. It's just the last two, and in overtime, you know, I mean, right off the jump, you know, we go for a loose ball and we leave. I think that's the only three Hess made all game. and it's because we leave her to go recover a ball and we don't recover it. And that's just the story of, I mean, that's just who we are. I mean, we're inches away. We're inches away from being in a better position to win games, and we just don't do the things that we have to do at the end to win them. You know, and it is what it is. So we move on. It is what it is. We'll get ready to play Saturday and see what happens.
One other thing, coming in, we knew they had the size and everything,
yeah.
And they got theirs, 44 points in the paint. But I personally felt like rebounding was pretty decent, especially in that second half. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, to start the second half, we did a terrible job. They got a couple of second chances immediately, right out of the gate in the second half. But overall, the rebounding wasn't what got us. We lost people. I mean, we absolutely just lost people out on the floor, and there's just no excuse for it, other than a lack of focus and a lack of attention. And we lost people in the flow of the game in the second half when we were making a nice offensive run, but then we couldn't extend any further because we were just trading baskets because we were giving them the basket back because of an inability and a poor job of communicating and managing the defensive end. But then in the last two, like I said, in the last 2 minutes, we had a couple opportunities, and we just didn't convert. We just didn't convert, and look, and this roster is in terms of who plays and how much, it's ever changing. Based on who I think can help us win on that particular night, and I have to go back and look at, do I need to have different people out on the floor at the end of the game because, we get a decent shot near the end of regulation, and we get the rebound, but we don't understand how much time's left when we get the rebound. I mean, that's the kind of stuff we just. We're like I said, we just make too many mistakes to win close games. We've won one close game in the conference. We've lost 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I say close, what I mean by that is one possession. The game at Lipscomb was not a one-possession game, although we lost by 7. Could have been with 50 seconds left. We had a open shot in the air that would have made it a one-possession game. But Kennesaw State at our place was one possession. Lipscomb at our place, 1 possession. Austin P at their place, 1 possession. Today, 1 possession. Central Arkansas, 1 possession. So we're 1 and 4 in 1 possession games with a minute to go. And we just, you know, for whatever reason, we just haven't. And I thought with the way that we finished at Central Arkansas, I thought that, you know, we had found it. We had found the confidence to be able to win a close game. You know, and then Central Arkansas goes and beats Kennesaw 2 days later. So I thought we had found it, but I guess I was wrong. The last thing I'll say is that this. You know, we're in trouble because we're going to Queens and they just beat Kennesaw State tonight. So we're in trouble. So I mean, we got to find a way to beat Queens, and that's not going to be easy. So, you know, seeing that score, I lost my train of thought. But you know, it's disappointing. This is one of the most. You know, I've been doing this a long time. It's one of the most disappointing losses in a regular season game that I've had. It's one of the most disappointing. And yeah, I'm disappointed also because I had a hand in it, and I had a personal hand in it. That bothers me, and it's going to continue to bother me. But you know, we got to find a way to recover quickly because we play Saturday against a team that just won a big game at home. So, so we'll see.
Gotcha. Thank you for your time, Coach, and we'll see you Saturday. Again, that was head coach Rick Petrie of the Gamecocks women's basketball squad. That should just about do it for our broadcast tonight. A tough loss for the Gamecocks, as Coach Petrie said, hoping that they can respond on Saturday against Queens. Make sure to tune in Saturday. It's a 1 p.m. Central Time tip-off in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Curry Arena. Pregame around 12:45 p.m. Central Time. Catch all the action right here on the home of the Gamecocks on YouTube. Catch the link on JSUGamecocksports.com. But for everyone with JSU Athletics, I'm Logan Maddox. Thanks for tuning in. Your final score in overtime. Jacksonville State falls at Liberty 72-62. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a great night.